like it should. It's just going to be what we call XF minus X initial. So we have 2 points. We've defined our origin, and each one of these things is referred to, and I actually did this wrong. It shouldn't be an arrow here. The arrow is going to be indicative of the direction in which it's moving, as well as the direction from the origin or from the reference point. So in this particular case, this arrow head here, along with this line, the line should represent the magnitude, and the arrow head should represent the direction. So when you see that, these are going to represent vectors. In this particular case, the vector is going to move, well, it can move in different directions, but in this particular case, this arrowhead at the end is incorrect. So each one of these are vectors, okay? And now what is a vector? Guess I didn't have to do all of that, but. So a vector is something that has a magnitude and direction, okay? So that's a vector. When we define or when we represent a vector, we're typically going to do something like this. The initial position, the final position. You see those little arrows over it, overhead? This is just going to indicate that not only does this possess a magnitude, 10 feet, but it possesses a direction going north, okay? The entire point is for the reduction of ambiguity. When I say ambiguity, cloudiness. So when people talk to you, you may not know what they're talking about. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Could you please make it clear? So what you're trying to do is use this to do that. It's like an arrowhead. It's like half an arrowhead. It's half an arrow. It's just the top portion of the arrowhead. So I could write it. So you see how you have this arrowhead like this? It's just the top portion. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh, I was just saying, if we have a magnitude can be represented by 10 feet. But you don't, and then you say, let's just say you gave instruction to your child and said, I want you to walk 10 feet. And they're like, oh, okay, so you want me to walk this way? And then they start doing it. They say, they just obey. They just start doing it, okay? And you're like, I didn't tell you to go that way. But whereas you're thinking that the child was incorrect, you were not formal enough. You follow what I'm saying? Okay. Right. It's almost like a quantity, but the direction just gives you clarity. It makes it clearer. Well, thank you. Okay. So I'm typically trying to represent position with X, and that's going to be in meters, and mass with M, that's going to be in kilograms, and then time with T, and that's going to be in seconds. You'll also see me do the following a lot.